In this tutorial we're going to look at how to create and edit buildings. In order to create a building, you must first select a lot to place the building on. You cannot place a building on a block or an empty area. You can select a lot by clicking on it with the left mouse button. We will select the first lot we created. Notice that the selected lot turns dark blue. Open the control panel and click on the Buildings tab. Note that the only buttons that are currently enabled are the New and Import buttons. The Import button allows you to import a previously created building. Click the New button to create a building on the selected lot. We now have to enter the basic building typology and method of calculation. Under the construction mode, there are a number of different methods of calculating the basic building statistics. We will choose the site cover building height for this exercise. Change site cover to 55%. Change building height to 5 stories. And change dwelling size to 110 square meters. Once you have done this, click the Create Building button. A building appears on the lot you selected and the full building master control panels are now available. As you can see, the building is currently square and needs to be repositioned as well as resized. The building can be rotated using the orientation slider control. Alternatively, you can use the Align tool. Click the Align button. The building is replaced with an outline. Select the side you want to align by rolling your cursor over it until it turns red, then click it with your left mouse button. Now repeat the process to select the boundary of the lot that you want to align to. You'll notice that the two sides have now aligned automatically. You can perform this procedure in 3D view as well. You can see that the current building setbacks are displayed for each lot side. Now let's manipulate the building to maximize our setbacks but still retain the original site cover. Check the Lock Site Cover button and begin adjusting either the depth or width of the building. Note that the site cover is maintained while we manipulate the building to maximize use of the lot. We can also position the building by clicking on the individual position arrows or by using the interactive placement button located in the center of those arrows. The building control panel is divided into two main areas, the building master controls and the individual level controls. The building master controls allow extensive manipulation of the entire building. You can adjust the dwelling or unit size, car park size, net leasable areas, as well as overall building extents. The level controls give you the ability to manipulate individual building levels. You can adjust individual level setbacks and replicate the setback to levels above. You can also assign land use to a level. In this case, we will make the ground floor retail, the level above that commercial, and the remaining levels above those as residential. Note that as I run the cursor over the individual levels, a detailed summary of statistics are displayed for that level. We can also add sub-levels for parking. To do so, we select the ground floor and then click on the Add Sub-Level button. We can continue to add as many sub-levels as we want. The default land use for sub-levels is parking, but it can be changed to other uses. As a sub-level is not restricted by setbacks, we can set it to be 100% site cover. We can also add levels to our building. To do so, click on the Add Level button. To remove a level, simply select the level you want to remove and click on the Remove Level button. We can also change the facade of the building. To do so, click on the Facades button to bring up the Building Facades panel. Scroll through the list and choose the facade you like. You can also change the color of the facade by selecting a color from the color box and hue from the slider. Click Finish when you are done. Now click Finish to finalize your new building. The building has now been placed in the building list. We can edit the building at any time by selecting it from the list and clicking the Edit button. In this case, we need to rename the building. Enter a building name and then click Finish. You can now look at your building in the landscape. We can also import previously saved buildings. Before doing so, we need to select a lot to put it on. In this case, select the adjoining lot to the one that we've already been working on. In the building panel, click on Import. Navigate to where you've saved the building and select it. It now appears in the list. Select the building and place it on the lot. We will also need to align the building on the lot as we did in the first building. We can manipulate this new building in the same way as we did with the first building we created. We can place it, adjust level setbacks, change land use type, and rename it. We can see how our development now looks in the landscape. Under the Terrain tab, we can make the plan layer 100% opaque, and we can toggle off the blocks and lots. That concludes this tutorial. In the next tutorial, we'll look at how to place assets in our scene.